13.
I'm Emily Chang, and this is Bloomberg West on Bloomberg Television, streaming on your phone, your tablet, Bloomberg.com, and Apple TV. Well, how do you take the country's second largest school district and bring it into the digital age? For the Los Angeles School District, it's all about the iPad. Last September, LA started providing the tablet to every student. But the plan is costing the school system $1 billion and some headaches. In our Bloomberg West special series, Wiring the World, our special correspondent Willow Bay goes inside the city's new high-tech classrooms to find out how the tablets are changing the way students learn.
I'm excited today to be here with you. Are you ready to receive your iPads?
Yeah! It's a bold, billion-dollar initiative. Give every public school student in Los Angeles an iPad.
We wanted them to have technology that was current and modern. We want that fundamental civil right for every student to have what the wealthiest have.
Each tablet will come with digital curriculum designed by Pearson, the textbook company, and aligned with the new National Common Core standards. But before the kids got their hands on the tablets, teachers got a look through a series of training sessions.
All right, any questions?
In September 2013, the iPad rollout began in 47 schools.
We're going to learn.
What are you going to learn?
We're going to learn how to do math. We're going to learn how to write our name.
Are you to put the iPads in your backpack?
No!
Now, are you to put them in your desk?
No!
Do they go on the floor?
No!
Do you sit on them?
No!
The kindergartners followed the rules, but the older students, well, they got creative. Within a week, 300 high schoolers reconfigured the devices.
What they fundamentally wanted to do was customize and personalize the device so they could have their iTunes and their YouTube and their Facebook. And those are things that we're not currently permitting.
For now, students can no longer take the tablets home, a quick fix for one of several hurdles plaguing the rollout. Still, the superintendent insists these are manageable bumps and a high-stakes transition.
We're trying to make an alternative to book and paper. So textbooks and those items, they're static. And the notion of students being able to have current content versus static content is exactly what they're going to face when they go to university and college and the world of work.
This year, another step forward with iPads for 38 more schools.
Oh, my God.
When the plan is completed, LAUSD will be the largest district in the country to equip each student with an iPad.
That was Bloomberg's Willow Bay. Interesting to see that plan and how it's rolling out. Well, technology isn't just helping schools. It's also shaking up adult education.
Yeah, and we see a lot of this in a lot of different arenas. We've seen it tried for so long, of all the companies trying to find different ways to find targeted education, not just the sort of traditional methods of education, but ongoing education, continual learning, and helping people figure out how to navigate the modern vicissitudes of careers and the changing economy.
And in fact, people who are in high-tech jobs actually get paid between 17 to 20% more than other employees, so there's certainly a financial incentive to acquire these skills. That's coming from the Bay Area Council Economic Institute. I want to bring in the CEO of a company called Treehouse now, which helps teach anyone how to design websites or mobile apps. Ryan Carson joining us now via Skype from Portland. So Ryan, talk to us about your business, because as I understand it, you guys started out focusing more on schools and students, but now you're focusing more on businesses and adults.
Yeah, we have almost 70,000 students right now, and most of them are adults that are, you know, folks that are electricians or plumbers or baristas who are learning how to code and actually making good money on the side or doing it full time.
Ryan, in terms of the business model, I mean, do you guys get to a point where the financing is better for adult students or student loans are available, or is that only for quote-unquote accredited programs?
We only charge $25 a month, so we actually try to completely go around any government funding at all. We would like this to be, you know, less than cable for people every month.
So, Ryan, talk to us about some of the companies that you're working with now. And you work with Twitter, you work with Airbnb, and what do those companies get out of your service?
Well, a lot of people need to effectively cross-train. You know, they're hired as a designer or as a developer or as a mobile developer, and they need to add another skill set to their repertoire. And Treehouse is a great way to do that because you don't have to go to a physical conference or a workshop. You can just learn over lunch or at home and add a completely new skill set to your abilities. What we're finding is people who are developers and designers need a very wide breadth of skills, and getting a computer science degree and stopping learning just doesn't work. You have to continually make yourself better.
Does the type of learning change over time? I mean, does it go from sort of learning the most basic concepts of what a particular practice requires to the nuts and bolts of a vocational education?
Yes, yeah. So we start our students out and we presume they know nothing. You know, they don't know what HTML is, they don't know what JavaScript is, and then we take them all the way to job ready. And once you do get a job in tech, or once you start doing technology on the side, you have to keep adding to that. And we do see ourselves as the trade school of the future. I really hope, actually, that the educational model in America and the world moves back to the model of coming out of high school and choosing a trade, going to school for that trade. And then if you can afford, university, that's great. But I don't think that should be the default status for people in the future.
Talk to us about some of your success stories, Ryan. I mean, have you seen people actually change jobs because of the skills that you are helping them learn?
Yes, it's amazing. I feel so honored and proud to be a part of all this change. We have a student named Russell, who was an electrician, and he started having trouble paying his mortgage and feeding his family during the Great Recession. And he discovered Treehouse, and took him about 6 months to learn the skills. And now he makes websites on the side, and now he can pay his mortgage. So that's an amazing example of someone who's retraining and doing it on the side. Then we have people who completely change careers. We have people who are doing administrative work or even factory work who are now web designers and web developers and mobile developers, and it's amazing. I think that's what's so powerful about the time we live in. You do not need, a very expensive high-level education to do this. Anyone who is driven and intelligent can do this. It's very exciting.
Now, one of the things I love about your service is that for every gold subscriber you get, you actually donate an account to a public school student. Tell us about that.
Yeah, I've always been a big fan of Tom's, the shoes, and I used to buy Tom's just because I knew that someone was going to get a free pair of shoes. And it just hit us one day, hey, we could do that for education. Why don't we help fund accounts for schools by doing the buy one, give one model? And it's just fun. I'm really thankful we can do that.
Ryan, when I look at the costs that you guys charge your students and the prices that some of the online, for-profit companies charge for an online education, I mean, we're off by a factor of 3 decimal points or so. And I wonder, what is it about those traditional, if you will, offerings of online education, accredited education, that makes it so expensive? Is that a ripoff?
It is. I think it is a ripoff. They are preying upon people's belief that accreditation really matters. When you're looking at an online degree, it does not cost that university what it costs them to deliver that degree in person. It just doesn't. So, if you're looking at getting an online computer science degree for about $50,000, it's almost insanity. I mean, we can make someone job ready at Treehouse in about 6 to 8 months for $25 a month, and you can do it with kids, with a job. I mean, we believe that there's fundamental disruption happening to the education model, and frankly, the traditional universities are scared to death because they know that this is changing, and it's better for all of us who are on the receiving side of this that, hey, it's possible to get an education now.
Right.
But yeah, it's a scary time for traditional universities.
Education doesn't stop when you leave college. Ryan Carson, CEO of Treehouse, thanks so much for sharing your story with us here on Bloomberg West, part of our special series, Wiring the World. Well, social, mobile, and crowd-funded, we will be uncorking some innovative wine tech next. Wine tech? Yes, next on Bloomberg West.
Wiring the World is brought to you by Cisco. The Internet of Everything is changing education. Cisco. Tomorrow starts here.
This is the cat that drank the milk and let in the dog that woke the man who drove to the control room.
Driverless mode engaged.
Find parking space.
Parking space found.
That secured the data, that directed the turbines, that powered the farm, that made the milk, that went to the store, that reminded the man to buy the milk that was poured by the girl who loved the cat. The Internet of Everything is changing everything. Cisco. Tomorrow starts here.
It